going on?
Nothing much. How are you today?
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah,
I
Tuesday.
think so. I
Yeah,
don't know. I've lost
yeah. It's
track.
good. It's good. It's so funny you just lose track. But yes, it's Tuesday.
Well, that means that we're living very good. So, welcome, everyone to the commentary zone at night. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up because we ask you to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. Today, we are talking about Sister Wives, season 15, episode 9, A Family Stuck in the Muck.
Yeah, they've
Hmm.
been stuck for just a long time.
I'm
I
a little
mean,
disappointed in this episode. I mean,
it was dry. It was
yeah.
very dry because nothing happened. Nothing really happened. If you really want to, if you, really, I'm so sorry. If we really
It's
want
I'm
to be
tired.
honest, nothing happened.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Willow. You're too sweet. Glad you're feeling better, hon. Okay, so basically, let's do a really quick recap. We rehashed the 30th anniversary disaster. They have another Zoom call with similar results. Some of these wives want to go rogue. Let's just say that we discovered that Coyote Pass is the most expensive picnic area ever. Kody wants the wives to use science. Robin wants to reopen her kitchen. Welcome back, Hunter, or at least for the summer. And Janelle is really trying to communicate.
I mean, honestly, with this episode, we might want to go person by person
Okay. Hey, Black
because
Lavender.
hey, Black Lavender, hey Willow, because this is just dry. I was like, oof,
Okay.
this is painful.
Who you want to start with first?
Let's just start with the forgettable Cody. He
Kody.
just,
I think he's just making excuses and is trying to pass the blame on something that's his fault.
I mean, I agree because we really never heard him take any ownership for anything,
He
and
just goes
it
like
was
this.
yeah. And what's interesting is that he was. They finally brought up Coyote Pass, and what was supposed to be used for what they wanted to do. But he's like, well, we're not just able to do that right now. I'm like,
Because we can't get
mm-hmm,
financing. Oh
right,
my God. He finally admitted it.
right. Well, not only the financing, they're not making what they used to make by far.
If ever.
No, because like they hadn't were making the money they were making before, they'd be okay. But they're not
Right. But
making that.
remember, the wives weren't earning like they didn't have as many outside
Right.
jobs and stuff like that. But now it seems like all of them, probably with the exception of Robin, is working. And I think that they're
Mhm.
keeping their money in their homes instead of pooling it like how it used to
Mhm.
be.
No. But we have to
Crazy.
realize. We also have to realize. Here's what I think is what happened is. So based on what we've heard and read, their contracts got cut. Their pay got cut for the show. So
Drastically.
they're probably pulling the show money together. But anything they make outside of the show, I bet you stays in their house. I agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
can't like that's a like when I saw Coyote Pass, I'm like I was like that is a beautiful place to build some homes, but sir, like you don't have the money to do it, so you're basically paying property taxes on some dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to call a thing a
Basically.
thing,
Yeah. I hope he's paying the property taxes
I mean, it'd be kind of sad if you make and repossess your land that you paid all that money for.
and finally tank all of these women's credit because he had to use all of their credit, I bet you, to buy that.
Because aren't they all, except for Robin, aren't they all renting their homes?
Christine bought her home.
So Christine did buy her home. Okay, I can't remember if she bought her home or she's still renting. So
I
she bought her
think
home.
Jeanette, yes, because didn't she just pay out Kody his share of her
She
home?
said, yep. She said she bought him out of the house. I remember that. I remember that statement.
Right. And I think
Okay.
Janelle bought from the beginning because, she was the first realtor in the bunch. So it's probably Mary who's renting because Mary ready to pick up and run at any time. And she don't want no ties. Um, And she could always go and live in her bed and breakfast. Yeah, so I think Mary's the only one that's renting.
Okay, because the way it always comes across to me at the beginning of the season, I remember they were making this big deal of Robin actually like closing on the house. I'm like, okay, and I thought everyone else was renting. I'm like, well, if you all own, I'm like, what? That's
Yeah.
the, to me, that's a problem.
That's
I'm
what
still mad at
Robin was
Vegas.
trying to say. That's what the argument was between her and Kody, because Kody was pushing her to buy the house. And she was like, I would rather like have my credit run for developing for my house on Coyote Pass. Why don't we just continue to rent? And he was like, no, 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 you gotta buy, you gotta buy. I'm not dealing with this. And he was just carrying on so stupid. I have a feeling he wants to sell Coyote Pass.
I don't think they have a choice. If we're being honest, they don't really have a choice because what you're doing is that how can I put it? It's like the land. If you keep waiting, the land may depreciate, and you're paying taxes on that land.
Well, you know what it also is doing? It's depreciating the other built up properties that are in
Right.
the area, because everything around them is developed
Hmm.
except them. They're just a mud patch. And don't
Exactly.
forget, he has to pay to keep that plot well maintained. So lawn services at least once a month, because you can't let it
Minimum.
get overgrown.
Mm-mm. But then they'll fine you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So he got all
Especially
these
if they
finances in a
can't
mess.
reach, because you know that he's got a gas line running on his property. If the gas company can't reach that due to lack of maintenance, it's gonna be a
Mhm.
problem.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just see so many potential issues. I'm like, sir, you gotta figure that
Mhm.
out. You gotta
Hi,
figure that out.
Susan. Yeah, I think his inconsistencies. I'll be generous tonight. I think his inconsistencies are catching up with him with regards to all the chicanery he's doing with the financials and everything regarding this family.
But if we go back, we said from the very beginning, like all your finances are his name is on everything. All
It
your
didn't used
finances
to
in
be
Takeover?
like that though.
No. They
When
said that
they
too.
moved to Vegas, all of them women had to get their credit in check. Robin was the one that wasn't in check. She had to go and get a credit repair to repair her credit to get approved for the loan to get her house. And he used to boast in plural marriages, the women own everything, you know. And I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Inconvenient. I'm just saying. I'm just saying because that to me was a mess the way he did it. Um, never let someone have their hands in your money like that. That's just my
Mhm.
personal opinion. That's just opens the door for shenanigans, and that's what happened.
Let me ask you a question. You think he got approved for the Coyote Pass loan based on their old TLC salary and not their current one? Ooh. Oh dear.
Because he probably because if I were him, and this is probably what he did, who's I put money on the fact that probably they all co-signed on that land too, except for Robin,
Why?
because his credit may not be the best. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
his credit may not be the best, so you're more likely to get approved if you got more people to co-sign, and they got good credit too.
Yeah, but Robin repaired her credit.
Is she fully repaired? She's fully repaired now, right?
She had to be in order to get the
To get
Vegas
the house.
loan. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've been in and out of the show for a couple of years. Literally the last time I watched it was a couple of years ago. They were in Vegas, but Robin had buku credit. That's
That's
when
when
I
they was
stopped
trying to
watching.
get the houses. She
Right.
was the last one to get approved. Mm-hmm.
That's why I
Hey,
stopped watching.
Bobby.
Hey, Lovey. So yeah, Cody up to shenanigans. Let's see. Are we
Anything
good
else
with
with
Cody?
him?
No, I mean he got the car unstuck. Good job.
Whatever.
I
He
mean,
wants it. It's an excuse for him to buy a tractor. Watch, you see 4 episodes down the line, he gonna have a tractor.
and he's embarrassed because like I would be so embarrassed if We had to go to the neighbor and borrow a tractor. I'm like, look, we can't do this. We need a tractor. Let's go.
What do you think about Janelle trying to change the way she communicates because she thinks it's a bit aggressive, and yet in several of her conversations, she seems aggressive?
I mean, like she's like in her 40s, like most of us. Like it's gonna be hard to change the way you communicate at this point. At this point in your life, and I think what happens with her, I don't think it's the point that she's aggressive. What happens is she gets frustrated with everyone else, and then her tone changes. That's really what it is. When she talks to other people, like she's fun. She's one of the ones I would actually hang out with. We would have a good time. But when she's trying to get the together and communicate, she feels like she's trying to bring everyone together and they're not listening to her or understand what she's saying. She gets frustrated, so she tends to kind of just lash out a little bit. So I don't think her overall tone is aggressive. I just think when she's stressed
Mm-hmm.
and gets upset, that's when the whole tone changes.
Do you think that she has conversations with blinkers on? Like it's like she doesn't see other people's perspective. She just sees what she wants and she just keeps on repeat with that. Like she's got the blinkers on.
So with her, I agree. What it is, I think she goes into every like meeting
Mm-hmm.
with a goal in mind, and
Mm-hmm.
her goal is the only thing on her mind. So
Mm.
if you're not contributing to her goal, she's really not
Mhm.
trying to. She's not trying to listen to you. She's not gonna care.
Mhm.
So she definitely goes in with, like you said, the blinders on. But once
Mhm.
but I believe if she accomplishes her goals, then she'll open up. Like, okay, what y'all gotta say? So I think you have a very good point there.
Yeah, but that's not like I if she accomplishes her goal, which means everybody agrees with what she gotta say, then she wanna hear what they say, like, that doesn't make any sense. That isn't communication.
No, but what she wants is like she's like, okay, this is what I want to accomplish during this meeting. Okay,
Oh,
like
oh, oh, oh.
we're there, we got there, cool. Now, what do you guys have to say? Like, what are your thoughts? What do you guys think we should work on? But she wants to get her stuff done first, and so she will dig and dig until she gets there or cries or gets frustrated. Either way.
Hey, Montana. Welcome, welcome. Yay, you caught alive. Yeah, she hears herself. She don't
Oh
hear
yeah.
anybody else. Cause I picked up on that when she was talking to Christine.
Yep. Yep.
That's when it like
Mhm.
smacked me in the face was when she was talking to Christine. I'm like, no wonder why this girl don't want to be back down in the basement again. Like nobody listens to her and she's not taking it anymore.
Right. I'm out the basement. I could see. I got windows. I could see the sky. I'm not going back.
Yep.
And that's where Christine is in. I don't blame her.
And you know what? She has a right to be mad because if she put everybody else's wants, needs, and children before her own wants, needs, and
Ooh.
children, she have a right to be a bit upset about that.
She does, and she also has the right to want to keep her independence.
And I think she's made great steps. Like I think out of all the wives, she's the one that has progressed the most. There's been so much evolution in Christine over all these years that I've watched her. Yay.
I've always liked Christine. I used to, I was watching it a long time. I was like, why don't you like speak up for yourself? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And it's now nice to see her actually do this. And Kody can't handle it.
Oh my God, he's going into meltdown. And it's just like, you wives, just fix it, fix it. Decide whether y'all don't want to be in a plural marriage. None of them are fussing about being in a plural marriage.
No.
He's just making that up.
Yes.
It
Right.
just makes no sense.
They're just frustrated with you, sir.
I feel like I'm watching two shows when I watch Sister Wives. It's the Kody Cuckoo Express and then everybody else.
I agree. I think I said this last review. The women would be just fine without him. Like, there's no reason why.
And I think it's killing him.
I think like there's no reason why they can stay married to him, but he be somewhere else, like in Milwaukee or something.
Mm-hmm.
He can fly in like once a month, make a rounds, and go back.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he starts to talk and try to do things, chaos ensues. And that's where everything goes wrong. So
Yeah.
when they talk, I understand where they're going. I understand their thought process. I get them. But when he inserts himself, I'm like, yeah, no, sir. No. You can go now.
And I don't understand. In his confessionals, he's like screaming. The wives have to make their own choices. The wives have to decide whether they want to be in a plural marriage. The wives have to decide whether they want to be in a relationship with me. The wives have to court me. But then when he's with them, he's trying to give orders. So either you letting the wives decide their own fates, or you're giving the orders. Like, it, to me, it can't be both.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's just all over the place. And I'll be like, sir, stop.
You feel that's
Just
why the
stop.
women are confused, because he's contradicting himself,
I think
maybe,
what they're not so much confused. They just frustrated with him because they're
or
like
over
they
it.
want this. Yeah, I mean that's more in line. They're just over it. I think they're just over him. I really, if they could swap him out, I think they would.
But swap him out for who?
They could find somebody. They could find somebody online. Maybe Dimitri will be available or something.
Dimitri don't
D-
want them.
Dimitri. Who else? Well, they can find somebody. They got websites for that because
I
he's
don't
messing
know.
it
I
all up.
think Cody's the best that they could get.
Let Mary. You can't let Mary pick because she's questionable in picking folks, so we can't have that. Like you, Mary, but you can't be. I don't trust you with our online dating profile.
Oh my God. I can't. Maybe we can get, no, Garrett don't want none of them. Garrett
No,
got a
no, no,
type.
no.
Garrett got tight.
Yep.
Um, who? Oh, let's talk about Robin and her conversation with the codester about reopening up her kitchen. Didn't she say when they went to Utah to go and see that other plural family that her kitchen was closed? Or
Yeah.
was that another wife?
No, it was. She said like no. What she said was three of the wives' kitchens are closed. I think Christine said her kitchen was closed.
Oh,
So Robin was speaking about the other wives. Like, well, all the other wives said they're done. We're good. So that only leaves
but
me.
now she's dreaming about a dark-haired boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, if I did not hear in my training this week, a woman said that's in my training, she had 4 kids. Her last 2 children, she dreamt of them. The third child, 6 months before she got pregnant, she dreamt of that child and knew what the sex was of that child. And then while she was pregnant with the 4th one, she had a dream about that child and knew what she was having. Like, I don't know, maybe like my mother was really good for predicting who was going to be pregnant in our family. Anytime that she dreamt that you were holding fish, or like a fish were surrounding you, you were actually pregnant.
Hmm.
Yeah. She never had that dream about me. Oh.
Oops.
No, that was yay.
Well.
Yay.
So I have
Yay.
a question. Do you think Robin's setting Cody up that she's already pregnant?
I think that he has
She's
told
just putting
her
that
to
she's
get
putting
with
it out there.
Child so they could get another season.
Okay. I think she might be setting him up for the okie doke. Like I'm already pregnant.
Could be because her face is getting very square. She almost looks like an old Huguenot or something. It could be.
A
Could be.
baby, a baby's not gonna save y'all, but it might get you
It'll get you
another
another
check.
season. It'll probably get you 2 more seasons so that we could see the pregnancy and then the birth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that.
And if he could scrounge up some money for fertility treatments and she has multiples, that'd be bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Oh, I love you, Black
No,
Lavender.
no potato sauce, huh? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I can't handle ribs on a potato salad. I'm sorry. It just seems like a waste. Yeah, the whole pregnancy thing. I'm like, why are you all of a sudden want another kid, another child?
And he wants to adopt. That costs money.
Right. And then like they'd be like, well, sir, you got 18 kids already. Do you really want? Do you need another one?
Does Kody ever
Oh yeah.
really need
Oh,
anything?
but Black Love, you have to have the what you do is you have the cold potato salad and the warm. You put the warm baked beans on top of it. That's the best. I don't care what nobody say.
No, you
Yes.
mix coleslaw with baked beans.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. I like the
It's potato salad.
crunchy.
It's potato salad. Put the baked beans on top.
Okay.
Just like you get the good mac and cheese with the good candy yams, you put those together. It's fantastic.
No, I don't like candy yams.
Oh, that's too bad for you.
I know you got my share though.
I
See,
sure
I'm
would.
convenient. I'm convenient to
Yeah.
go
Cause
to the family picnic with. I don't like that.
don't think I wouldn't put some candy yams on your plate and then put them on mine once we got back to the table. Don't play.
It's not a problem for me. It's not a problem. I will take the coleslaw and mix it with the beans. See, and Montana Marcia says so.
And do you oh, what's the other thing?
I
Oh,
said your
cause you
name
got
wrong, Marcia. Sorry,
you also got to put the marshmallows when you be fancy. You got to put the marshmallows on the yams and bake them.
that's why I don't want marshmallows on my food. You could have my marshmallows, the yams, the brown sugar, all that crap. You could take it.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. I feel for
Yeah,
you.
I do. I like plain yams.
With
Like I
butter, please. Like some
no,
butter.
actually, you call yams like the orange sweet potato,
So
right?
there's a slight difference, but typically the yams are the darker colored sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes tend to be a little bit lighter. It's a subtle difference.
It's okay. We don't like what we call sweet potato back home is completely different to what y'all call sweet potato. What I do with that orange thing that y'all call yam or sweet potato or whatever, I boil it and mash it up with lots of butter, rosemary, and balsamic glaze reduction, or I roast them in the oven with the same combination, rosemary
Well, you have
and
the butter, so you're fine.
yeah.
You're redeemed. You got butter. You work butter in there, so we can work with
Oh, and
you.
I might put a hint of maple syrup in it.
Yeah,
A hint.
yeah. Put them in the, oh,
Yams are
that's the best.
sweeter.
Yams are sweet. Yeah, that's right. Yams are sweeter. They're darker and they're sweeter.
I think I might call you Marcy if you don't mind. I don't know. I butcher your name all the time because I default to how we say it in Barbados, and I don't want to be rude. Okay, so what else happened here? Oh, wait, we saw Janelle talking with a couple of people. First, she asked Robin to come over, and then she goes over to Christine's house. How do you think these conversations went?
As usual, nothing. I kind of tuned out with them because it's like whenever y'all have these conversations, they don't go nowhere. Y'all
Robin
talk
did
about stuff.
admit that her last marriage was the one that was full of fun.
That was huge.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
huge. I was like, ooh.
I kind of suspected it because she said it didn't end well with the divorce and everything. And then how she did admit years ago that he's the one who ruined her credit. And he wasn't paying child support. And then the reason why to get the kids coverage, insurance coverage, you know, why she had to marry him, get the adoption and all of that. So yeah, we suspected that that wasn't a great marriage.
Right.
She's just never verbalized it.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear her like speak up and say something because I think that's super important.
Did you notice the order in which Janelle had these conversations? She had it with Robin first, and then she went to Christine, and we are not having a conversation with Mary.
They always leaving Mary in the cold.
No, but the wife order has changed. I bet you anything, years past, Mary would have been first.
We're not messing with Mary.
Oh, we like Mary.
We do, but they don't.
I want Mary to run away to the bed and breakfast and meet a man over there.
Not me, a man at the bed and breakfast.
Yes. I don't think Mary should be alone at this stage of her life. And basically, they're isolating her, and it's not fair.
Yes. I totally agree with that. They are like isolating her, and I think it's completely wrong. I agree with you.
Look, she made a mistake. She made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
She was lonely and wanting affection and looking for it in all the wrong places, like a person who just got introduced to the internet does, or a 5-year-old. But I think it's time for them to get over this. She has paid her, she's been in prison. Okay, she has served her time. She's made restitution. Like, come on.
The episode was the only.
Bring her back in, or just cut her loose altogether.
This episode was the one with the most clear that Kody is all about robbing her family. Yep. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. And then let's see. Mary has been a pill for years, was very mean to all the Watson kids. She's not happy, never will. Yeah, you could tell she's miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why she stays either. I'll be completely honest. She should have been ran away.
But isn't that all that her family knows? Like how she was raised up, as like her parents or grandparents were polygamous, and she married Kody knowing that they were going to expand their family. That's all she knows.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but sometimes you have to do what's best for yourself. I mean, here's what I would have done. I would move with the girls. When they move, I move.
You mean back to
Utah?
Utah?
Yeah.
But then who's going to run the bed and breakfast?
You hire somebody for that.
Because, you know, she had her mom there, but her mom passed away.
Right.
So this is why I say, like, she should run away to the bed and breakfast and meet a man and get a spinoff, and then we can cancel Sister Wives.
Yeah, I just think she should. I just really think you hire somebody for the bed and breakfast and you move back to Utah, because what's going on here is not good for her, and it's not good for them.
Look, Susan says, I think you're referring to Mary. It's not like she slept or met this person. True, but you know, they're just, it's more of like an emotional cheating. That's what they're getting her on. But I think it's been like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
It's enough. She served her full sentence in plural marriage prison. Like, give her a second chance or let her go.
Here's my whole thing though. She was embarrassed on international TV. That's punishment enough. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing to get catfished like that.
So wait, Yanni, that's how she found out that the man wasn't really a man, it was a woman, was when she went to go and meet the lady? I mean, the man? Or whoever it was? Yanni be knowing all the stuff on this show. But still, like, for sure, and in my opinion, let her go. Yes. I feel like Mary needs permission to go. I think
Yeah,
they should all get together in a Zoom meeting tribunal and just like officially divorce her, plural wise.
Yeah. Because no sense in all you guys being miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad to watch for as a viewer.
Yeah, especially knowing that she's like, her life isn't over. She's still a good-looking woman, could meet somebody that's age appropriate and have a wonderful rest of like second half of her life. You know, I just think she's wasted there, being iced out, always alone. Like, what if something happens to her? What if she falls down the stairs in that big old house? They will never, ever check on her.
Mm-mm.
Any
So if you notice when they have these little conversations, it's always let me have a conversation with so and so. I'm going to so and so's house. You never hear any one of them tell I'm going to see Mary.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you, Yanni. She doesn't need anybody's permission. But because this lifestyle is so ingrained in her, I think she needs like a firm kick in the pants to take flight and start again. You know, I was hoping that when she got the B&B, like, and reclaiming a part of her history, her family's history, I thought that was going to be the spark, but I was wrong. Kody has let her go. She needs to give herself permission. Oh, this is just making me sad.
I think she would feel guilty if she left.
Why?
I don't know why, but I just have a feeling she would feel guilty if she left. Like she was betraying the family or something.
It's sad. I thought at least with the wife she had some relationship. I thought it was just Kody. Well, let's hope that something happens for Mary.
Yanni, not the MLM failure.
Maybe, and then nobody going to the B&B due to the panorama. You know,
Mm-hmm.
She's just holding tight there until things turn around.
Exactly. Who you want to go to? Is that it? Was well, we actually covered Mary and Robin at the same time.
Yes, and then Hunter came back for 3 months now
I have
that
a
he's
question.
graduated.
Was Mary even in this episode?
On the
Did
Zoom
we see her
call, playing with the
on
dog.
the Zoom call? Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
And I think she said all of 10 words.
I was like, we ain't even seen her to Murray. This
Wait, how long will Hunter be here? 6 words.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's made it clear Robin is all he cares about. Do you because her daughter is daughter. Mariah? I don't think she'd be disappointed in Mariah. If anything, Mariah would be happy for her.
Right.
Mariah would be happy for her if she were to leave, go, whatever, you know. I think she supports Mary no matter what.
I agree.
You know, but yeah, this was a lackluster episode. If not for a few little juicy tidbits, some revelations about the Coyote Pass property, Robin's previous marriage. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it was a very dry episode. This really could have been about 25 minutes with no commercials, and I'm hoping next week will be better.
They could have skipped this episode for me.
True.
Because the 2 little things that were of interest to me could have been incorporated into a real episode. What we need to do is get production back into Utah. Not Utah, Flagstaff. We need to get production back because I'm tired of seeing Kody driving around in a car looking like a crazed lunatic.
Yeah, his confessionals aren't doing it for me.
No.
I mean, how much? I just think how much more they can drag this out because we don't care as it is, for the most part.
I think he's going to drag it out to get as many paychecks as he can because the pay has been reduced.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of bills. He's got a lot of wives, a lot of kids. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
How
Get
many
it
of
together,
those
y'all.
kids have left? Because Janelle has 3 kids still at home, but technically one works.
Mm-hmm.
Christine has her 3 girls at home. I don't think any of them work. Robin, her oldest boy is at university, and all the others are still at school. And Mary's kid is gone. You know, I think more and more of these kids are growing up and leaving.
Yep.
So there's not going to be that much of a financial burden on them with regards to kids, because we all know that they do not pay for their college.
Mm-hmm.
What have they been doing with the children's paychecks all these years? Shouldn't they have been going into a trust?
I would have thought. You would think so, but sometimes
A
you think money's
percentage of
gonna
it
forever.
has to. A percentage of it has to, by law.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Kody didn't find a way to take that, but yeah.
Yeah,
Mazel tov
I
to the
agree.
Browns.
I mean, I just hope it gets better for them. I mean, they really need to understand that they need to take the bull by the horns and make a plan because Cody's gonna have them homeless and broke.
Yes, I agree with this. I agree with it. But instead of navel, I was saying backside. You're so much nicer than me. This is very true. What do you think?
I mean, whew, child support alone will wipe them out. Not to mention
Mm-hmm.
alimony.
Hey, Dr. Melanie. Da da da. No, they won't lavender. Let's see. Who else? How do you bleed a turnip?
I mean, yeah, they in bad shape. But the cold part is all their finances are entangled together. That's the problem.
Okay, I'm just going to drop the link if anyone wants to chime in. Please feel free to give us a ringy dingy. If not, we will be wrapping up this little review of the Sister Wives season 15, episode 9, A Family Stuck. Jeez Louise. You know, this show is the show that I take the least amount of notes on. This and Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta's terrible.
Okay.
I think
Once,
we're good.
twice, let's call it dead.
Yes, this is another good show. I mean, Sister Wives, I think hopefully the production comes back soon to help them out because they just don't know how to do it on their own. And Kody should not be in charge. We've learned that.
That's the major problem.
He's 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 just so inconsistent with his moves. It's hard to follow him.
There's one last thing. Okay, in the Zoom call, did you notice that Christine's mole has changed dramatically?
Mm-hmm.
And that's from, did I send you that article?
I saw the article. She
Her
had like skin
mole.
cancer. Yeah.
Yes. So kudos. No, it wasn't Christine. It was Janelle. Kudos to Janelle.
It was a viewer who actually pointed it out to her.
Yeah. Kudos to Janelle for getting that early. Thank you to whoever viewer that saw that. But yeah, cool. She got it taken care of and she's doing fine. But look, Janelle's a very fair-skinned woman, and she's moved to a state like Arizona with extreme sun exposure, and she was in Nevada before that.
Mm-hmm.
Sunscreen. And even dark-complected ladies.
We still need it too.
Yes, my mom needs sunscreen, and she's darker than you, Jamal, because she has sun damage on her cheeks. So we have to use 50 plus on her face and on her body as well. So yeah, don't think just because you got some melanin that you will not feel the bad effects of the sun. Let's see what Yanni says. When did Christine get so jealous? Clearly, she picked the wrong type of marriage. Is she jealous though? What do you think about this? What Dr. Melanie said.
I think what it is more like she wants her equal time.
Oh, Yanni says that she's polygamy royalty. Is she?
Yes, her grandfather
Does
was like a high ranking somebody in that culture. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think she said her grandfather was one of the first ones to really come out as a polygamist or something and show it that it's okay.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. I think she said that a couple of episodes ago.
Okay. Yes. Moisturize, ladies. Moisturize. Keep it moist in all areas. Let's see. But because she was the wife and didn't expect a new one to come in, she was okay. Robin came in and things got really bad. But somehow I think things turned around for her once they got out of Utah and went to Nevada, I think things turned around for the better. Because the evolution of Christine for me started in Vegas.
Remember when she said she didn't want them all to go because she's just too like because she said she didn't want to see Kody going to another wife's bedroom, and I can understand that, but she didn't let that go.
Well, when she was in the basement, she ain't had to worry about seeing that.
Right. So and my thing is, you're in your own house, so you ain't got to see it. But she wants equal time.
With who? Ew.
With Kody.
Gross. Did I say that? Okay, so guys, let's wrap this up. It's been a great episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please give us a thumbs up because we asked you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get all those alerts when we put out new content and go live. And most importantly, tell a friend. Oh, Yanni agrees with me, and I love it when she agrees with me. Midway through Vegas, wrestling guys, the fourth wife. Yes, yeah. She earned her independence badge in Vegas, and there was no going back for her when she got a taste of that. Yeah.
As soon as she could see sunlight, she was good.
Bye, Black Lavender. Bye, everybody. Until next time.
Bye.
I'm not on the right page as usual. Toodles.